This video will be about cleaning the EGR pipe, not on a train, but on a 2010 to 2015 Gen 3 Prius. So what we're looking at, because this affects cars that are on about 150,000 miles, you can end up with your head gasket going, so it's always wise to clean them. I'm doing mine at about 85,000 miles, and it's this pipe here. This silver pipe has to come out. So basically what I'll be doing is taking the air filter out, the air filter assembly off, and of course the plastic piece on top of the engine, and then it's a case of getting to the bolts, which are, there's two there and there's two underneath this assembly. It's intended that this will be a sort of companion video to Nuts About Bolts, really good demonstration of what to do with this, and I'll put a link to his vid underneath this one. The first thing to do is to remove the air filter that's under there and the air filter's plastics. There's two screws or bolts under there. There's one there under the plastics of the engine, there's one there, and there's one there. They're all 10mm. So engine cover first, it's just got three tab things on it. In fact, one's still held on there. So we can remove that, and they just go sliding back in again. Whoops. So there we are, put that to one side. Next thing then is the air filter, just these two clips. Lift that out of the way and upward. Remove that, put that to one side. Check the condition, of course, while you do so. And then lift this section away. Mine's actually loose enough to pull up. I might have to clamp that down a bit better at some point, but it will just lift out of the way. And then you can see the two screws in there, one of which is recessed down quite a ways. Right, this might be a tip for that recessed bolt down there. Now I've only got a short extension but a longer type of 10mm socket, and what you can do if you're a bit short on space is you can put it down there on a just a sort of an angle, and then you'll be able to get one click, and then you get one more click, say, and then the thing will actually just release up pretty well, and then you can take the extension off the end on the socket and twizzle it around by hand, and that's a very simple way of removing that particular bolt. Now I've got to release this. There's a couple of clips here, so I'll be able to pull the air cleaner assembly out of the way. Alright, the next little problem was this bolt here, which keeps this plastic piece on, and you've got to remove that to get to the two bolts that are behind that keep the pipe on. What I've done is I took the end here, which is quite a long socket really, put that on first underneath this wiring, and then plug the end of the ratchet thing onto it, and that enabled to turn it and it'll loosen it. So that's just another little tip in case, well, if you haven't got a 10mm wrench. Now maybe another tip or alternative way of doing things is, I've got this bolt out now, and now what you're supposed to do is to take these plastic clips out. Well, I've tried these pliers and all sorts of things to try and release those, so I decided, well, I'm not going to then, I'm just going to leave it. So instead, in fact, the socket now is attached to the bottom one, and I've just clicked it, and that's coming away, and it was the same for the top. I just put the socket underneath this part and this tube thing here, and that one went click, and that one's coming away too, so it looks like that can be left. And then the only thing to do is these two to take the pipe off. Okay, take this one off from the back, just put the hand round, twist around. Always got to watch for these screws falling down because they're the plastic bottom on the car. Hopefully I've not jinxed myself now. There we go. So that's that one out. I'm just putting them all on here in a line of how they came out, which may be perhaps another tip. Start of the job, end of the job. Same thing for these two bolts. I've got the socket on the end and turned easy. So basically the longer size of, or even the short size as well, of a 10mm socket, and the whole job can be done. I was quite relieved to see that everything's 10mm bolts. Okay, that's all the bolts out, so there's a little gasket there. Got to watch for that. But this pipe should come out now. There we are. And here's inside our pipe. So it does need cleaning. Bit of oil on there. Oops, bit of oil on there, and it's not too bad. It's not too restricted. The car's done about 85,000, so that's what to expect at this kind of mileage. But it does need doing, evidenced by the oil build-up and the rest, and also to clean out the connecting points as well, there and there. So next thing, I'll clean that up. I don't think we've got any brake fluid, but I'll try toothbrushes and such. Something will go right through the middle. Just a bit better look. I'm boiling the kettle at the moment. I'm going to use various solvent type things down it, and toothbrush, and the other end. Now, excuse the angle and such here, I'm actually looking through the viewfinder. Well, this might be a tip for cleaning. I know that NutsAboutBolts himself had trouble with cleaning to the very middle of one of these, but you can see where this is a toothbrush. If I hold the end of where that is, pull the thing out, where are we? There we are. And you can see how much that goes into that hole. It's nearly to the end. So the same thing on the other side. Push the thing down and it will actually reach quite a ways. So in other words, a plastic type of handled straight toothbrush will actually go all the way down inside this pipe. Well, it looks like acetone is working really well. What I've done is I put some boiling water in here, and now I've added acetone, and if I tip this back out again, there we go, look at the colour of that. So that's what I'll continue doing, and you can see how clean that end is, in fact, just with two of those little bits of treatment. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to use the toothbrush to finally clean it out, and then run a load of water through to make sure all the acetone's out. Final thing is to pass some kitchen roll down it, and then when it's removed, which I'll do now, it should be basically clean, which it is. And there we are now. As a comparison, that's the cleaned EGR pipe. There's the other end. You can see it's much cleaner. I've just cleaned out here and here with just some kitchen roll. It wasn't too bad anyway. I would say that something like brake cleaner would be the best way, but as I say, I haven't got any. That's the pipe back on, and now for this box of goodies for the air filter section. That's those three, keeping the top lid on, and there we go. That's it. That's how to do the EGR pipe on a 2010 to 2015 Toyota Prius, and that should do as well now for about another 60,000 miles or somewhere. Hope it's been of some use. Okay, thanks for watching.